Welcome back. I'm Emily at Emily's podcast, Tribute to All Little Angels, Part 3, Episode 8 of Refresh Our Memory. December 27th, 2021. When I woke up this morning, I feel I should be doing something. I start my day by praying to God and my angels. When Madison got ready, her and I went to the cemetery. We visit with Wyatt, then I pulled around to visit with Megan. I took pictures. Her flowers are still here. When leaving the cemetery, I feel a sense of being at peace, a peaceful feeling that everything will be all right. December 28, 2021. Wow, what a morning. A thought came to mind as I sat down to read my daily word. It said, "Let the past go." December 29th, 2021. I thank God. Later this afternoon, Madison and I went to the cemetery. At 1:16 p.m., when we arrived at the cemetery, I received a phone call and had to go home. I only had time today to tell my angels I loved them, and I took 2 pictures of Megan's area, and we left the cemetery. When we arrived back home, Madison and I decided to go back out tomorrow. So I start to clean and getting things ready for Madison's day, the next 2 days. Bless us all. December 30th, 2021. We did go back to the cemetery today. 1:16 p.m. I pull up to Wyatt's area. We sat with him for a little while. Then I pulled up to Megan's area. I took pictures and sat with her. While sitting with her, I asked her to send someone to help with this. I even said, "It's not too late for a Christmas miracle." After a few minutes, we pulled away and left the cemetery. When we arrived home, Madison is getting ready for her birthday plans, 18 this year. And let me just say, she enjoyed and had fun at the stroke of midnight, turning into her birthday, December 31st, 2021. Happy birthday, Madison, and happy New Year's Eve. My morning is busy, cleaning and getting things ready for Madison's birthday. We have plans to take a limousine ride with Madison's family, then friends, then we will all be dropped off at the family New Year's Eve party. Madison also wanted to go to the cemetery this afternoon to visit her sister Megan and brother Wyatt for her birthday. And of course we did. Before her party started, 3:02 p.m., I pull into the cemetery. We visit with Wyatt, then with Megan. I took a full view picture, then I took a picture of the rock headstone area. I asked both of my angels to watch over all of us tonight, and I'm at peace leaving the cemetery. At 5:40 p.m., people has joined us to ride in the limousine. Family went first for an hour or so. Then Madison and her friends has the next 3 hours. And we all had a great time. Happy New Year. A new year, and I'm hoping this is the year, which has been my wish since 2016. January 1st, 2022. The lights must have went out overnight because when I got up this morning, I'm in the kitchen and I noticed the clock flashing. The time flashing is 4:04. I start crying and praying to Megan. 4:04 is Megan's birthday. It weirded me out a little bit, but I knew to take it as a sign. She's letting me know it will all work out. I'm so thankful for this day. January 2nd, 2022. When I woke up this morning, I'm feeling peaceful. When I start writing the daily events of this story, I'm a bit emotional. but thought, my angels are right here with me and will see me through this case to let it be resolved. And my same prayer, let this year be the year. Today it has been emotional. I would catch myself crying, thinking too much about everything. Not just one thing, but everything. And it's making my head spin. I ask, is there a lesson in all of this? I ask for release. January 3rd, 2022. First thing this morning, I thank God. I wish my son a happy birthday and I start my day. 8:25 a.m. my brother John calls. We only talk about 10 minutes, but as we were talking, we start talking about the new year and me working on the cemetery case. I told him, I have to get this done before I can move on in life. John said, can I say something without you getting mad at me? I said, yes, I don't get mad at you, but yes, say it. John said, no matter what you have to do, no matter what someone tells you to do one thing and this one thing only. Take care of yourself first. It's not worth getting sick or dying over. I said, oh, I know. I'm trying not to let it run me down, but I know it has. I feel it. But I pray and pray and pray for this day to be the day every day. I just hope the day comes sooner than later. John is quiet. I said, and thank you. Thank you for saying that. And ever since he said that to me, I have been having good feelings, good thoughts. Thank you, John. And thank you to all who have been sincere with me throughout all of this time. Really, it means so much. And this is a start of a new week. I ask God and my angels for guidance and to show me, to let me know what I need to be doing. And as my day moves on, I've done nothing. I think, am I not supposed to do no more? Have I done enough? Give me that sign. And when I mention of getting a sign or asking them to show me to do something, and then I say I've done nothing, it means strictly to this cemetery case. And my questions are, have I done enough? Do I have enough proof? January 4th, 2022. Oh no. Waking up this morning, I have a bad gut feeling. A bad feeling like something is wrong. I lay here and I pray to God to protect us all from harm. I start crying, and the whole day is an emotional day. And I say good night. January 5th, 2022. Waking up this morning, I look out the side of the shade and see the sun is shining. I got up, ate breakfast, and cleaned for a little bit. At 3:02 p.m., Madison and I went to the cemetery. When I pull in, there's only one other car here. I pull up to Wyatt and walked over to him. I visit with him for a little while. Then I pull around to visit Megan. And of course, you know, I took pictures. A few minutes later, we left the cemetery. And from this entry on January 5th to January 8th of 2022, there are no entries. For my son, my grandson, Madison and I had taken a short trip out of Oklahoma. January 9th, 2022. We are on the road to home. We had some laughs and saw a lot of sights. My son had been to Florida when he was too young to remember, but his son, my grandson, had not been yet, and I'm glad they came along. The closer we got to home, it was like a dread. No one wants to be back in Oklahoma City. But then on the other hand, we all missed our beds. We made it home safely. Then here comes the thoughts. I'm emotional. I'm confused, and I need to make sense of it all. My high school sweetheart, my son's father, is buried on the same day as my husband's birthday. What are the odds of that? January 8th. May they both rest in peace. Have a good night. January 10th, 2022. Good morning. Yes, emotional. I did have a boost of a pickup when I checked my sugar this morning, and it read 111. I know to think positive when I see the numbers. Control the way you think. Patty at a time today, and my friend Lisa called at another time to ask how I am. And of course, I tell them I'm good, but at times I don't know whether I am or not. I carry on. 2:14 p.m. As I read my daily word script today, my son's dad's announcement card of death fell out of the little book. I look at it, and as I turn it over, I notice the scripture on his card is the same scripture on my mother's card. And of course, I cry. 4:04 p.m., Madison and I went to the cemetery. We went to check on things after getting back home. I pull up to Wyatt, and I did see that Megan's flowers are still here on my way in. So believe me, it's good to see. After we were done visiting Wyatt, I pulled around to Megan. I took pictures of her area, and I prayed to her to help me get this done. And now, so long ago, he was part of my life. He moved on. I moved on. We married others and were happy in life. He's gone now. My ex-husband is gone, also passed, the same year as my mother, 2010. And now I have one more angel to pray to. Thank you for that. It's so darn emotional. The emotions come and go. At 7:55 p.m. Oh no. I feel as though if I start to cry, I will have a breakdown and not be able to stop. God help me. January 11th, 2022. Another emotional morning. I have got to find a way to shake these feelings. I got up. I couldn't even check my sugar. I could feel it is low. I ate and I did feel better. I checked my sugar then and it's 123. 10:44 a.m. I start looking online for news stations in the surrounding states of Oklahoma. I wrote them down because I have to try anything and everything. But before I do, I did think I will contact the reporter again in Detroit. At lunch today, I checked my sugar. It's 111, as it was yesterday morning. And I know I need to stay and think positive. But what I really need is someone to help me, someone to believe me. 3:18 p.m. Patty called. We only talked a few minutes, but she's checking in. She asked, "How are you doing?" I said, "I'm good. My sugar is 111 again today, and I think I will be good, if not better than good." Patty said, "That's good, Em." I said, "Yes, it has to be." After we were done talking and hung up, I'm home alone and I'm trying to stay busy and think good thoughts. 8:30 p.m. I'm able to sit down and thought, I'm going to call Susie, my sister. When she answered, she said, "I was just thinking to call you." I thought, "Oh no." She said, "It's odd how we have the same kind of thought." I said, yes, it is. We talked for hours. We talked about everything from the funeral to her daughters to the doors from the past closing. And she said, and you know what that means. When one door closes, another door opens. I said yes, with tears in my eyes. Susie said, maybe God is closing these doors for you to open the door to help you get the cemetery case done. And I'm crying, of course, and said, God, I hope so. Susie said, it'll be over soon, sis. I feel it. I feel it too. It will be this year. I said, I hope it's sooner than later. Susie said, it will be. And God, I have to believe what she is saying. January 12th, 2022. I put all the Christmas things away, and I had a few different conversations this morning and afternoon, and I appreciate the thoughts and prayers. And thank you. 3:06 p.m. I call Carla, my niece. We talked for a little while, and she wants to come over sometime to look at the cemetery pictures and to hear the story. I said I have looked up news stations to start sending the story to them. Carla said, yes, we can do that. Then she started laughing and said, and we could, or you could help me put the gingerbread house together. I laughed and said, yes, we can do that too. And we laughed. We talked a little longer, and she was finishing up at work, and I stayed on the phone with her until she is at home. I get nervous sometimes when she's out and it's dark and it's getting late. The rest of the evening I cleaned up. I did dishes, a load of laundry. I relaxed then, and I was ready for bed. January 13th, 2022. Wow, it's on my mind this morning. I do not have a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. For a couple years, or at least as far back as I can remember, I have had a gut-wrenching sick feeling. I would wonder where it's coming from or why. But I did notice this morning it wasn't there. And thank you for that. And I pray today for strength. And I know I should be doing something, anything to get in touch with someone about this. And why I'm not, I do not know. 2:08 p.m. Madison and I went to the store. Then we decided to go to the cemetery. At 2:53 p.m. I pull into the cemetery. There are a few guys out here picking up tree branches they had cut out of the trees. I pulled past the truck up to Wyatt and sat with him for a few minutes. We don't get out of the car if the city workers are here. I sat in silence a few more minutes, then I drove around to visit Megan. I pull up to Megan's area, and her flowers are gone. Madison spotted her flowers on another headstone. They, the city people, or whomever is cutting the branches out of the trees, may have moved them to get them out of their way, but I don't know. But thank you for that, if that's what it is. When I saw the flowers laying on the other headstone, I got out of the car and walked over to the flowers, and I only rearranged the red flowers that were stuck in the ground and brought the vase of flowers home. And I'm glad they were still here. When I was done, I walked back to the car and sat with her for a little while, talking and praying to her. And for some reason, since I've left the cemetery, I have had a heavy heart, and I think, let go, let God. January 14th, 2022. I haven't woken up like this in the past 2 mornings in a very long time, like years. I woke up yesterday morning with no bad feelings, and again this morning. After I realized that I haven't felt this way for 2 days, I feel good. I thought to myself, I just may be on my way to finishing this and feeling like I could live my life. Now, show me what I need to do. Give me the guidance to get it done. Guide me with knowledge. January 15th, 2022. This is the third day in a row I have not had a heavy heart or a bad gut feeling. When I first woke up, I'm not sure what it all means, but any easier feeling for me, I am grateful for. January 16th, 2022. Well, this morning, a feeling is here that I recognize, but I didn't let it get to me. I thank God and my angels for waking me up. At 10:56 a.m., my brother John calls. We talked for a matter of a few minutes. When his wife Gail got on the phone with me, she wants to talk to me about a packet of information I gave to her and my brother John when Carla and I went to Michigan back in November. Gail said, "Did I tell you about that girl?" I said, "What girl?" Gail said, "Well, you know when you were here and I had the rental car." I said, "Yes." She said, "I left that packet of information you gave John and I forgot it in the back seat of the rental car when I returned it. And by the time I got home, my phone is ringing and it's a girl named Summer from the rental car company." Summer asked Gail if she had left a gold envelope in the car because she didn't know if it was left in the car the time before Gail received the car or was the packet Gail's. Gail told Summer, "Yes, it's mine. It's my sister-in-law's, and she gave it to me to hold on to for her in case she needs any information from it." Summer asked, "Is your sister-in-law going to write a book about this?" Gail said, "Oh, yes, there will be a book." Gail and her talked, and Summer asked, "Can I take this packet home? I would like to read more about this." Gail said, "Yes, you can, but just don't misplace the information because she will need it when she needs it." Summer said, "Oh, no. When you come in a few weeks, you can pick up the packet and bring the tool back." Gail had said she found a tool of theirs in her car, so she will return it when she picks up the packet of information. I told Gail then, "Summer can keep that packet of information and I can mail you another one. I have plenty of them in case I need them." Gail said, "Oh, all right." I said, "When you go in, give Summer my phone number and ask her if she knows anyone, anything that could help us, to please let us know." Gail said, "Yeah, if someone by the name of Summer calls you, you know it is her from here." I said, "All right, she may know someone who knows someone." Gail said, "Yeah, really, you never know. And I will talk to her again when I take the car in and give them their tool back." I said, "All right, yes, talk to her. Find out her last name, her phone number, and let her know she can keep the packet. And ask her to call me." Gail said, "All right, I will." I said, "All right, and thank you so much." Gail then let me talk with John, and I'm so grateful for him, Gail, and now Summer. My thoughts went to, this would be a great way to end this story, by a complete stranger that found a packet of information in the back seat of a rental car. And that may be far reaching, but I have to have hope that something will work out. I finished cleaning when I hung up from them, and as I stayed busy to not overthink the situation, Madison came in from work, and at 2:43 p.m. I start looking for email addresses and distances of the surrounding states. I finished, I got tears in my eyes and I stood up to walk into the living room to tell Madison I found 10 emails. Hopefully, I can start this week on sending them to the news stations. 3:41 p.m. We are on our way to the cemetery. When we arrived, Megan's flowers are still here, which is a good thing. I drove back to visit Wyatt, and I prayed to him. Standing there praying, I got a sense of this is all in God's time. But at times, I feel I need to be doing something. I guess it's the guilt that I feel that I'm not doing anything. I drove around to visit Megan, and I took pictures. I took a close-up picture of the rock headstone, and on our way home, we see 4:44 on the clock, and I knew my angels were around me. And thank you, babies, for that. January 17th, 2022. Such an emotional morning. I pray. I ask for help, and it seems as though no one cares to listen. I cry. I get so darn emotional. I'm not a pleasure to even be around. So I have to stay my distance. I have to. I pray I get the help when I send the emails to the news stations. And I'm thankful this day is over. January 18th, 2022. I fought a heavy heart to go away this morning. First thing when I opened my eyes, I told myself, no, 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 I'm not going to do this. Not today. I got up and got ready to go to the doctor. And when I left the doctor's office, I feel good. My A1C is good. My heart rate is good. My blood pressure is good. And the doctor praised me. When I got in the car, I told Madison what my results were, and she thought it was good too. On our way home, we went to the cemetery. 11:43 a.m. I pull into the cemetery, and as I pull up the small hill east of the cemetery, I saw a city truck coming toward me. I moved over so we could both pass. I then pulled up to Wyatt. We sat with him, and I prayed to him. I sat a little longer, then pulled around to Megan. I took some pictures. I visit with her for a little while, and then I pull away. On the way home, I'm feeling good. When we got home, Madison helped me set up the computer to send emails. I sent one to the reporter in Detroit first. I also sent 3 more pictures and a little more information about this case. 12:53 p.m. I've tried 3 different times to try to send the email. It wouldn't send. 1:22 p.m., the 4th time we tried, it sent. The message said, subject, no word from anyone. Hello, it's me, Emily. I'm sending this message while being patient to hear from a news station here in Oklahoma. I have not heard anything. I want to show you a few pictures as I have before. The first picture, in the early 2000s, there is a blue and white Babyland 6th West sign in front of the south tree, where my granddaughter is laid to rest west of the south tree. Then in 2006, years before the floodwater moved the headstones, the sign is still there. 2 days after the flood, I'm at the cemetery, and there is no sign where they claim they removed the south tree. The sign is still in front east of the same south tree. Please help, Emily. And I feel good sending this message. And after trying to send it 3 times, and on the 4th try, it sent. It meant so much more. And thank God. Thank you for listening and stay kind with your words.